Here we are. What's going on, guys? Rage Yads here. Back with another morning review, debate, whatever it might be with Dred. Why not?
Yeah. I'm here. Today one's a good one.
Before we get
I've got my football brain on today, so I'm not in a banter mood.
I hope so, bro. After yesterday, mate. After yesterday, I want to see some retractions. That's what we want to see. I want to see some fake took back.
No, bigger serious. No, I say things to wind people up because that's how I get wound up when I hear certain crazy things. Like it winds me up. So I start acting like people because it's like everyone's saying crazy things. I have to sit there and think of it logically. Like, you know what it was? Because the Grealish thing, the Grealish thing, it gets to me. It gets to me. And it's not because he's not a good player, because it's not that I don't think he's a good player. I'm saying to people, I don't believe Grealish can actually do it at a big level. I just don't believe he has. He's got the potential, and you can see that. I just don't. If he goes to Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, one of them teams, he's quarter of the player that he is.
Yeah,
because he hasn't got that responsibility. So
that's a guess, though.
This is my opinion, and that's what people do.
You're guessing that's how it would be. You know what I mean?
You know what it is? I've seen it before with Ross Barkley because we all seen what he was like when he was a kid. He wasn't shit when he was a kid. No matter what you want to say, how his career went. Younger days, we all thought he was a genius. But anyway, the topics.
Yeah, younger days, sick, but
it just didn't work out for him.
I'm just giving it a share on most platforms.
Yeah. Send me that.
Guys, give it a share. You know, if you haven't already.
Yep. Because like I said, today's topics I put in. It's mainly about Liverpool today, and like I said, that's why I said I've got my football head on. Like how I would feel as a manager in that situation with Jurgen. Yeah, mate. I know. As a football man, I know it's no one has. Like you probably said, no team has ever gone from what you've gone through. Like the Henderson one the other day, that was just the nail on the head. That was the nail on the head.
Liverpool don't get the mid. We're never mid. We have either it's a mad high or mad low. Like that, we're never just content.
Yeah,
you know
in between. Yeah, I know what you mean. But you know what it is? Right. You've got to ask yourself, because this is the Henderson one, it's the injuries you're getting. It's not like they're all freak injuries. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They're all none of them are recurring injuries, but a lot of them are the same injuries to the players. That's when you now have to seriously question Klopp.
No, they're not the same players, actually. Joe Matip has rolled his ankle, yeah?
Yeah, that's Matip. Yeah, that's Matip's the only one. He's the only one.
It's not the only one. Pickford absolutely wiped out Van Dijk, and done his knee, and that's nothing to do with Klopp. Like, that's Pickford. He fucking cleaned him out, me. Yeah, so Van Dijk's 2. Joe Gomez was on England international duty and done his knee for England. Yeah,
but
so
that's ACL. But it's still.
That's 3 man that are all injuries related to nothing to do with Klopp. Like they're not fitness injuries. They're not muscle injuries. They're ligament damage. That's bad tackles going on yeah. So then you've got
not necessarily
another knee injury, but that is Klopp's fault. I tell you why. Because Klopp should never have played him.
He wasn't fit when he came back. Yeah, he wasn't fit. He
was already through. Didn't need to play. We had injury problems at the time, so it was like more to rest him. Like you need to be resting him, make sure he don't get injured. Gets injured out for 3 months, and we've missed him massively. Like him has arguably been as big a miss as Van Dijk because him going out. All of a sudden, the pressure on Mane, Salah, and Firmino to deliver became huge.
I'd come back. Yeah, of course it did.
And they haven't had to do. They haven't. Salah. This is what I like about Salah. Like I don't think his ability screams world class. Like we've already been through this, but he's this does. The guy's mentality is insane. Like he just always on being the man for us and always scoring goals. Whereas I don't look at like the pressures. Salah's playing like how he plays. He plays like this.
Salah.
Mane and Firmino on the other hand have fully dropped off. Like their level of playing is like, yo, you lot aren't even good enough for a Champions League team right now. Like,
do you know what it is with Firmino? I think Bobby's put on. I think his eyeball. I don't know because he doesn't look as fit as he was last season.
Put on a bit of weight, doesn't it?
Yeah. He looks a bit on the sluggish side. He doesn't look like it's like Klopp told him to be more physical and put beef up.
I've shared it.
Yeah, send me the link in my messenger or the YouTube one, and I'll just put it on the page. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for me, I look at Klopp and I say, like I said, I got my football brain on today. So whatever man want to say, or whatever, you can say it, but I've got a footballer on. I'm not on a banter thing today. I'm talking as a man who knows football and knows what's going on. Like Klopp, like you said, right now has to be the most unluckiest manager in football history. To defend the title with literally nothing, because that's what you are in. You're in that position. You've got nothing. You're on your third squad. Like you're playing between your third and second squad, basically. Like you've got your front three,
but they're not. That front three clearly like to be able to breathe, if that makes sense. Like they like to feel like there's not so much pressure on them to deliver today, or we're done. Like, clearly, Firmino, it started with him before this. To be honest with you, it started with him last year. He started this downward spiral last year, mate. And I don't know if it's since the fans aren't in there or what, but maybe some players do get motivated with the fans there, like more than others. And he might be one of them. He might be one of them.
But you know what it is? I agree and I disagree. And the reason why you know what it is with me? What makes me disagree? It's the I don't care what level you're at. The money you get solidifies how you play as a footballer, and I don't care. But you've got a strong point with the fans being there, because I know what it's like. Anfield, Old Trafford, Newcastle. Well, you can't call it St James's spot because it's like
there's no fans in football. There was no fans in football forever.
There's no atmosphere. There's no atmosphere.
Players eventually would have to start lowering the wage because you know what I mean. Like the fans are major,
and that's what you know what I kind of feel like that's what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to do, you know, like fucking everyone down back to fucking $3,000. Like, you know what I mean?
Farai Bench says, "My nanny's watching. Don't
I'll try.
I'll try. Right, be respectful. And just like to say hi to you, Nan. You know, thanks for watching."
Before I forget, big happy birthday to my like Terry Hawkridge and Shane.
Big happy birthday, but I'll give him a shout out.
Yeah, I forgot it's Terry's birthday. Yeah, shout out Terry and Shane and your B-days. But yeah, like I said, Klopp, he's had it bad. He's had it bad. This season, he's had it bad. He's playing with his third team, between his third and second team.
Like, in my lifetime, I can't remember a more unlucky season. Like, in terms of, when I say unlucky, like, it's like, when we get one back, the other one drops. It's like we can't, it's like this season's a write-off. We've got to accept it. We're not coming back till next year. Like, next season is the only season we can go back. And then we've still got to go and sign in the market, because guess what's going to happen in the summer? The teams that have strengthened last summer are going to strengthen again. So now we've got to go double, like just to catch. We're now playing catch up when it was other teams playing catch up to us, but we didn't. You know, when Fergie, for example, when United won league or maybe didn't win a league, came just off the league. Sometimes he'd go, right, well that means my team ain't good enough anymore. Guess what? I need 2 or 3 signings. Like, and if you won the league, it's still bringing one. It's still bringing.
No, that's what we're doing. No, we're bringing 2. We're bringing 2. We'd always bring on 2. What we would do,
on the toes.
We'd look at that. We would look at the people who was falling off the pace a bit towards the end of the last season, and it will put pressure on them by buying them 2 positions. Like Fergie used to always do it. He did it to Darren Fletcher. Basically, how he prolonged Darren Fletcher's career at Man United was getting Anderson, because Anderson, he knew Fletcher didn't have the legs, and Anderson was a workhorse. So we knew to get me through the season, I start Anderson, but in the big games, I play Fletcher and Park. And it worked a lot of it. It worked a lot of time. Do you know what I mean?
Like and subscribe, please, guys. Give it a share on your social platforms.
Share the post. Yeah, share the post. Everyone in Backyard Boys group chat as well.
With the Klopp thing, if I was Klopp, just me being me, like just stuff I wouldn't be able to cope with, I would have resigned.
Wow,
I would have resigned, because you know I'm not a knob. At the end of the day, like you can't make a mockery of me. I've just won the fucking manager of the year 2 years in a row, and got you to 2 Champions League finals, got you to the Premier League, and you still don't turn around and go, you know what, mate? As a reward for all that hard work you've done, here's 200 mil. They don't want to do it because he's done that good. They don't feel they do need to back him because they can do it without being backed.
No, right.
They've semi-backed him.
You're right.
The only time they ever backed him, properly backed him, is when we sold Coutinho, because they knew Klopp
had no choice.
Coutinho was so big of a loss, you better come with a monster. Like, and they came with Van Dijk and Alisson. Yeah, Alisson at the time, no one knew he was going to be as good as he's been. Like, everyone thought it was a bit, 75 million on a goalkeeper. It's been a rock. Can't knock him. Van Dijk been a rock. Well worth the money. But They always won the Premier League, and they brought him Diego Jota. And it's like, when they brought him, everyone was like, well, if he didn't hit the ground running, no one thought that was a good signing. When we first got it, no one thought that was going to be a bang.
I said that. A lot of people downplayed Jota. Yeah, a lot of people did downplay Jota.
I didn't know about him, mate. I just knew he did bits for Wolves in Europa League last year. Like, that's about it.
No, Jota's a baller, man. Jota's a baller. But you know what it is? It's a thing like this. Where Jota's come good for you, lot, yeah. And this is why it's sad, because for me, I think Jota was a perfect replacement for Adam Lallana. The only reason being is that Adam Lallana, Klopp couldn't get from him because realistically, Lallana, we know he plays out wide and he's injury prone. He needed someone to replace Adam Lallana. Like, he was the downfall into his season. He was a great player for certain, but he was the downfall last season. Because, like, as soon as he comes on for Mane or goes in midfield,
I don't think it is that. I think Thiago came in to replace Lallana. I think Jota came in to add some strength to the forward line that was clearly being used too much. Like, Lallana never played in the front three. Like, he always got played in midfield.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, that's what I was thinking. No, but that's what I said. Because he had to play, he had no choice but to play in it. Because if you think about when Lallana first came to Liverpool, he played out wide. And
he did.
And when he was on the left, he was clever, but he didn't have that end product to do anything. Like, he could do a job, but he couldn't. Like I said, he won't beat a player on whipping a dangerous ball to the back post or in swinging cross, or he wasn't that type of player. So when I say that's what Jota was there to replace, and I think Klopp was to notice that, like, I got to put a winger in midfield, and he's not the best. He's not shit, but he's not the best. I need to replace him. And when you say Thiago, I agree, but I think Thiago was like, Ox has not worked out for us. We've got to get. That's how I think Klopp looked at it. I don't think Jota was for what's it called, for Ox, because it's a positional thing. When you look at your squad and who you replaced,
no, man, we needed someone in the forward line. Yeah, because Lallana didn't often play in the forward line. I look at it like Jota can't be his replacement because Jota's came in to play in the front three, not in midfield.
No, but I think
he might have been Ox's replacement, but he kept Ox and let Lallana go, so he can't be Ox's replacement. Like,
no. When I say Ox's replacement, no, I'm on about when Ox got that injury. He looked at it, and remember when he got that injured towards that season, when Ox got injured, because you remember he had about 6-7 games when he was beasting. He was absolutely beasting with, like, in mid-season before he got his injury. He had a stint where he was beasting, and he picked up that injury. And what I noticed is Klopp started to play more, not more defensive, but he played Cater, but Cater. That's what I mean.
Carragher even pinpointed it last night on thing. We do play more now, and it's a downfall. When he when Klopp first came in, we actually played deeper. When he had Saka and fucking Skirtle at the back, mate, and it was a lot slower. We didn't have the pace. We Klein right back and forgot who we had left back. Basically, we was a lot more defensive and countering teams. We're still pressed, but it was a lot more defensive. Years we've gone since Van Dijk's came through the door. To be honest with you, we've gone like it's like we play at the back. Fullbacks are so high up. We have two sitting the centre mids to cover the fullbacks going, and like we're still at the back. Like and it's worked sick. Like, it's worked so sick for us, yeah. But you look at, like, with the injuries that I've got now, the players that are coming in, Klopp's still trying to play the same thing.
Same system, and it doesn't work.
With them, because them man aren't good enough to like, for example, Van Dijk and Joe Gomez, because they're like quick centre backs, and one of them's an absolute leader. Like, you know, they read the game so well. When teams break on us and counter us, we break it down fast. We shut it down quickly. Like, we don't let teams get many attacks on us, so you don't even get a chance to get past the halfway line against us to get the shot. Like, whereas now. So many teams are getting that chance against us. They're having 6, 7, 8 chances a game against us. Like, and it's mad. This season is up on me. The midfield is a big, like, everyone says centre back. Centre back's costing us, but I feel like the midfield. If our midfield was strong, like I feel like Klopp kind of took a massive gamble in saying, you know what, I'm going to take Endo out of the midfield and put him in defence. I feel like you should have just gone, no man, fuck all that. Like, I'm putting Ben Davies centre back where his name is. And,
that's what I said to you, though. I said it to you. I said
Wijnaldum, Curtis Jones, there's not one leader in there. You might have 3 good footballers. You've got 3 good footballers who aren't talking to each other. None of them are talking. None of them are saying anything to each other.
No, it's not even that. You've got 3 footballers. When I look at that midfield, the same one you played the other day. Guys, I pointed it out to you when you played. Who did you play the other day? Everton. When I pointed out to you what Ancelotti was going to do before the game, I even said that he was going to play that trick, that fake winger, to keep Robinson back, and it worked. And that's why when Carragher said it yesterday, and I was watching, I was so like, no, I actually got it right what he did. Like Carragher noticed what he did, and all he kept doing was making sure when you not attack, it's a flat back five. You can't break that down. There's no space to break it down. You can't break down. Common sense in football tells you.
This is where Liverpool need that variety to our attack. Like, you know, Man City, for example, yeah, when teams sit back against them and they don't quite work with the threading, like the through balls and all that, they change it up. They'll start hitting shots from distance. They'll have Mahrez hitting, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne. They can all hit a shot from a distance. Liverpool, you look at the team and go, who can hit a shot from 20 yards out?
Who can hit a rocket? That's what I said that, and that's what got me mad.
Not one player.
See the game we drew, yeah. The game we drew, that's what got me mad, because I could see we couldn't get past your defense, but your defense was allowing the space in front of goal. So that's when I was like, why is Bruno and them not picking up the ball and rifle it top bin? Because they're obviously not stepping forward. The defenders was not stepping forward. That game was basically played on both 18-yard boxes with both set of defenders, and the game was literally halfway line scraps. That's what that game was, because that's why it was dead. When everyone was like, "Oh, it was," I said it was dead because no one took a risk. It's like what you said. It's like Klopp was like
FA Cup game a couple of days later when no one cared. It was a great game. Like, yeah, fuck it, it's a friend. Let's go for it. That's how I'm doing it.
Like, and that's why I said, like I said, that's why with Klopp, I have to start questioning that, because I feel like you've got an arrogance about you where you feel like, well, I'm Klopp, so I can do what I want type thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one can't question me. My formula's worked. Everything's happened. Do you know what I mean? So that's the kind of the sad thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's peak. It's peak for Liverpool right now. Look, Adam's froze. I don't know what's happened. If he's entering someone, I don't know. Well, I think Adam's froze. I'll wait for him to come back. Technical difficulties. I'll get it later and wait. Like and subscribe.
Yo,
Are you back? What's that?
It went mad.
Yeah, no, I just heard it. I heard it went mad. Hey, what happened? Did it freeze?
Yeah, it froze. Internet went a bit mad.
I thought so.
But yeah, what I want to talk about is, are Liverpool done until next season?
Are you done till next season?
Is there nothing Klopp can do now to somehow scrape a top four finish? Because right now we're not favourites for top four. We're not even in the top four. We're 6 points off the top four. So we're nowhere near favourites for it. You know what I mean? So, but can we bring it back? And if so, what do we do?
Do I believe you can bring it back? I genuinely do. Because the reason why I do, yeah, and the only reason why I'm not writing it off, because I've got to look at what Man United did last season, yeah? I've got to look at it. And the reason why I've got to pull it to that, yeah, you might say disagree, but how I felt about Man United last season, we didn't deserve third place. From how we played up until we didn't deserve it. Yeah. It was an honour to get it, but we didn't deserve it. If I look at it, like I said, I've got my football brain on today, so I would smoke. It's more honestly I'm speaking today. Man United didn't deserve to be in the Champions League. We didn't deserve it. What frustrated me so much about the situation was you've qualified for the Champions League and you didn't even go for it. You didn't go for it. So there was no point qualifying for it, in my eyes. If that's how
it should be there.
Yeah, like that's exactly what happened. You know what I mean? It's like, for me, it was hard. Like, I didn't want to be here because I know what my team's gonna do. They're gonna make it look good, fuck up, and then people are gonna accept it and be like, well, we're qualified for Champions League, but not getting out of the group stage, that's the worst bit. There's no point being in it. Yeah. You might as well start in Europa and then wait for the Europa route. Because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna go all out for the Europa. Me personally, I think they've given up on the league. This is me talking about Man United right now, how I think. They know they're not going to win the league. They're going to go all guns blazing in Europa, win the FA Cup, and then they're going to try parade it like it's a great season. For me, that is that is below because his nan's on. I don't want to swear, but that is rubbish ambitions.
I see that happening, to be fair.
No, and that's what I believe Man U are going for. That's what I can see. I can already see it. You know what I'm saying? And then if we don't go for that route, what's going to end up happening is, we finished second, so Ollie improved on last season. When you haven't improved. You haven't improved. Do you know what I mean? You haven't improved. Because at the end of the day, how can finishing second be an improvement? Like, because no one remembers second.
You know what it is? It's like, it is an improvement. And you have to also realise is, who's as good as Pep? It's all good saying, yeah, we need him out and all that, yeah, but if he gets you second in the league, yeah, and you did win the Europa League, at the end of the day, that would be a good season because realistically, should you not finish above Man City? No, you shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't finish above Man City. The team's better. The team's been together longer. Everything about them's better. So if they win you to the league, it's nothing. It's like, it's not like, oh my God, we need him gone. I just think there's other reasons to why I need him gone. I don't think not winning the league means and winning the FA Cup. League. That would be a great.
No. Well, it is. They're gonna promote it like it's we're going forward, and that's not going forward. Ambitions. No, it's not going backwards, but it's just the same place. What I said. Ollie's a Europa League manager. The club is a Europa League side. When I look at my team, we're a Europa League. We're like Seville.
That's just about to say.
That's what we're becoming. Yeah, we're like Seville. We go Champions League. We get knocked out. We go to the Europa League and win it. That's Bob. I'm not accepting that as a Man U fan. Any Man U fan who's accepting that is crazy. Yeah, it's all about winning trophies, but I don't want to do that. Like, we win the Europa League, we finish second. It's a waste of time because we qualify for the Champions League both ways, but still get knocked out in the group stage to go. It doesn't make sense. So it's not a great season for me. So we qualify for the Champions League this year, then Man U in for Neymar, Man U in for Mbappe, or Man U. I can see ambition. Obviously, it's not going to happen, but I'm saying, in the ambitions there, I can back that. We can't be buying people. We can't be going into we're buying Daniel James, and we're talking about we're going to win Champions League. We can't be buying 19-year-olds like Traore and expect him to do wonders, thinking that we've got a chance because we just signed a new 19-year-old whiskey that no one who doesn't know football like that knows about. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Well, so, who signed?
Traore.
No, I thought he was about someone else.
Oh yeah. And you got me. And Palestri. We've got two youths who are the new Wiz kid. Then we've got Hannibal Majbury.
And he looks good. He does look good.
Yeah. No, he's decent. But they're not going to win us Champions League. Do you know what I mean? They're not the players. We need the people of caliber. I'm not even saying that Griezmann could save us, but we need them type of names to be coming to United.
I think what man have to face up to is the possibility that Man City under Pep might dominate for years. And I don't, and even if like you could, Man U could hire 25 different managers, and those 25 managers aren't as good as Pep. Like, and
it's not Pep. It's not Pep because you're lazy Pep. You're lazy Pep. Pep's gonna die.
There's style of play.
No.
Pep written all over it. Like Barca.
What I'm gonna say to you. Go back to Liverpool. Where I think you're gonna make it. Yeah, is this where it goes back to where Pep's downfall is? Pep. Wait, what is it? As a Man U fan, you need to be realistic. Winning Europa League and finishing second is a successful season for you guys, right?
I agree.
As a fan, you would look at it. If you're a fan of the club who wants to go, that I don't want to be shouting Europa League. I don't want to be shouting that. I would prefer Man United to have not win the Europa League and got to a semi-final of the Champions League and finish second. That's more of a successful season to me.
Established himself, doesn't it, as a top?
Yes. Club. Now I can see where we are. In the Europa League, I can't see where the progress. I can't see it. We're playing against fucking basically they're seeing fucking from, you know what I mean, Sparta Belgrade, and we can look good and smash up Real Sociedad, but then in later rounds when we get people like ACs and all that, then what? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I agree with what he's saying, but as a fan of how I am and ambitious, I would rather get to the semi-final of the Champions League, finish second. I don't want to finish third in the league or fourth in the league, but just get to the semi-final of the Champions League. Yeah. That's more of a successful season than winning Europa League and finish second. That's for me. I don't know about most other fans, but me, I personally would take that because it shows me you're trying to be the best in the best. Winning Europa League means you're trying to be the best in do you know what I mean? In the second tier of football.
It's like I was just saying then, like everyone thought like Klopp was going to dominate and all this, blah blah. But what people have to be realistic is that this Liverpool team could never dominate, even if they tried, because the owners don't back them in the way that Man City owners back them. So Man City might have a dead year, and in them dead years that they have, you've got to make sure you have a good year to take advantage of their dead year, because they don't have that many. To be honest with you, Man City, they've won like what? They've won 5 out of the last 7 Premier League titles, something mad like that.
So what you're saying then? So what you're saying?
They've been dominant in England for a few years now. Man City have, like, let's be realistic. Like,
the last 10 years.
They've been dominant. I mean, since Pep came, they've dominated England. Like they've won domestic trebles. They've won doubles after doubles. They can't stop winning in England. Like in Europe, they struggle, but I feel like Europe takes more than money to win it. Like, I don't know why.
No, it does.
Chelsea won a Chelsea team full of all the superstars that won it. It was one of the worst Chelsea teams that won it. That fought together and worked hard together. Like it was in the Champions League. It takes proper passion to win it. You need it.
It does. But it also takes a manager who can see danger. Yeah, who can see danger. When you can watch a game and can see danger. No, it does.
So I don't know.
Because no, that's why. That's why though. Because you see, Ireland, you go back to Pep, you go back to Klopp. They're managers who will have a team will have 35 minutes on top, and then you see the next phase of the game. That team's been blown out of the water, mate. Like, it's like after half time, Klopp and Pep told them, listen, I don't know what you lot are doing, go and correct it. And they correct it. All it comes out.
I used to think I used to think Klopp was better than Pep, but this season, because Klopp's been putting the fire around, has really proved he's not. And I love Klopp and all that, but Klopp's only a better coach than him in terms of making a shit player play good. Like that's all he offers better than Pep and motivational factor. But in terms of a better coach, but more tactics, more ideas, more systems, Pep definitely. Klopp has one way. Klopp right now has one way of playing, and it's all out attack. If we don't win, fuck it. We can say at the end of the game, well, we tried to play football.
Cool. So as a Man U fan, me saying that, you see that. But you see, as a Man U fan, you see that way of playing. Go all out attack. If you lose, you lose. You can accept it because you know you've tried. You only get mad when Liverpool play dog shit and they've had fucking 3 shots on target and it's been a shit game. That's the time you're mad.
When we batter man and don't win, I get frustrated. I believe because not won. Like,
it happens. It's football, innit? So at the end of the day, you can't get mad at that. I used to get mad at Man U for the way we used to lose. Like we used to fold. Like we'll be 2-0 up, the team will come back 3-2, we would end up losing 5-2. Like that's the Man U thing. But that's what Ollie's got in his locker. Like he's poor. Like my expectations as a Man U fan shouldn't be unrealistic because it's not that. It's not that it's unrealistic. It's that I expect more because of the club. You can't be talking. You can't hide behind the badge.
Where he's come from? He's a United fan. Yeah, he's not a 20-year-old United fan. He's a fucking 30-odd-year-old United fan. So he scored all the glory days. So it's going to be hard for a United fan to just say, "Oh yeah, all right, we're Fulham now." Like they can't do that. Like why should they? We've built this on a pedestal where they can expect big things, and they
so that's why.
If the club was skint and you know you have no money, you can't expect.
Thank you.
But funds. They've got funds to go out there.
If we was in a position, what happened to Leeds? Yeah, if we was in that position, I could accept all the bullshit. We're not in that. Man U fans need to look into our financial gain. Yeah, we make over 500 million a season. A season. Yeah. So if we make you're getting it. Liverpool are getting it. But if we're making that money a season, buying Mbappe shouldn't be a problem. Offering Ronaldo a contract shouldn't be a problem. Offering all these, it shouldn't be a problem. But you
like everything don't go to the press. So when our clubs go for players, don't think that they don't go for players that we never hear of. They just probably make the phone call, mate, get told no and fuck off. Like, and then you never hear of it ever again. And I think if Man U ever did ring up Mbappe, they'd get the phone put down on him, mate. Like, mate, fuck off, mate. Like, Ole. Like, why am I going? I've got Klopp on the phone, mate. Why am I going to Ole? Like, he's got Klopp and Pep on his phone. He ain't going to Ole. Like, it's just not happening. Like,
that's
when you have all the options available to you, unless the other teams can't pay, then that's the only way you go in somewhere like Man United. Like, he ain't going United now, Mbappe. Let's be realistic. Like, he's going to go Liverpool, Chelsea, or Real Madrid. Like, they're the only clubs that would, I think, get him.
I don't think you can fend it then.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, because we won't put the money up, we won't get him. But
that's why.
I think he really would join. Maybe don't get twisted. We're at risk if we don't finish Champions League. He won't come nowhere near us. Like he wouldn't do it. He would say, "Nah, mate, you fucked up. You fucked up, mate, massively. Didn't get Champions League. What do you think this is?"
I think you lot will. Like I said, I think you lot will come back in the season. The season's gonna deflect. I think Man City still got fuck ups to go. I just do. I think this season's the way the season's gone. Look, we've had fucking 9 leaders already. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's still more twists and turns in the season to go. We don't know what could happen. Man City could get the injury crisis. What you look at? It could just happen.
Pep this season came in and said, "Guess what? I'm avoiding all injuries." Like, and he's done that so well. And what I mean by it is, if he's got 2 players in every position. He's got complete backup. Like, look at his. If I named you City's backup squad, it's fucking decent. Like, it's a decent team. Decent. Like, you'll batter most Prem teams still. Like, I'm thinking, what? That's not their backup team. Their backup defense. Yeah, they could have Ake and fucking Laporte centre back.
But guess what?
Ake and Laporte centre back. Get into that. That is a live centre back.
But that shows you the ambitions of the club.
Yeah, it does.
Because that's how Man United used to be. This is what I'm saying. So when people are telling Man City, are literally, if you watch the structure, what they're doing what we used to do. They're actually doing what we used to do. Yeah, they're going to get a future star. They're getting him. They're molding him into what they need him to be, and putting him in the squad. Like, look, everyone thought Gundogan was a flop at Man City. Everyone thought that. Man said, and yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? Like, when we used to do that, when we used to have Park who could play on the wing. We had utility players, so if we got injuries, it could work. Man City's got utility. Bernardo Silva. If you look at what they've got, they're just following the old Man U suit, but it's working.
They're not following the old Man U thing. Like, I don't think they're looking at it, right, let's follow Man U. I think they're just doing
no, not like that. Yeah, yes, I mean, yeah. No, I'm not saying that Man City's like gone. Oh, Man United did this, so we're going to do this, but they're doing what we used to do.
Man City's type of mold of player they look for, pretty different to the type of mold of player you look for in your place. Like, Man City looks brilliant technical footballers, don't they? Like, you've got A1 first touch, A1 pass.
Yeah, but what we used to do, like that's what I'm saying. But what we used to do was get the best goal scorer, the best person at crossing, the best person at tackling, the best person who's box to box, the best person. That's what we used to do. But like I say, they're doing it in a different mode, like you're saying. But it's a different type of player they're looking for a system that, like. But remember, Pep's gone to Man City. The under 9s play the same way as the first team.
It's mad, isn't it?
That's what a lot of people.
Yeah, though, I saw one thing about it, like throughout the club, through the academy down to the thing, like like when you come into the Liverpool team, you know how we play. You do it. That's what Pep did. So Pep went there and just told them, "No, scrap this. Listen, here's the training method. Give this to the kids. This is what the kids do." Man City's training ground has got 8 different pitches, and each of the pitches are made specifically for like their top 8 rivals, so that. Like, say, like they've got a pitch that is like Anfield. It's the exact same.
Yeah. The pitch measurement, grass measurement. Yeah,
like, it's fucking mad. And they play on that all week before they come Anfield. Like, they'll train on it all week. Nerds.
So they're used to the pitch. It's not even nerds. It's science. It's clever football. It's
Liverpool's new training grounds apparently one of the best in Europe that we've just opened. So we've just opened a new one.
Yes, like that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what we've not got, man. Like. We're down, and it's when I look at the Man U kids, when I look at the 23s, and I look at we've got potential. It's mad because I feel like we've got more potential in the under 23s than we have in the first team, which is mad. Is mad. I'm watching them, and I'm saying, nah, why is Ollie not looking at? All right, cool, try something new. Like you're saying with Klopp, Klopp's only got one way. Ollie's only got plan A and plan B, but plan B is Bruno Fernandes and Pogba on the bench. If I lose, I bring them on and we win the game. Like. It's not a tactical decision. It's just that it's just got a personnel change and it works. That's what bugs me about Ollie. But like I said, I do think you lot will come back.
Everyone said, yeah, go on.
I do think you lot will come back. I do think teams are going to fuck up. I think Leicester will fall off. I do now watching. I can see the tide that's coming into the season now. I can see it now. Now when I'm watching the games are getting a lot more boring now. There's a lot less risk taking. There's a lot less.
Like looking at our current position with Anderson just going out, I think we're coming 10th.
Nah,
I'm going to call it.
Nah.
Arsenal will finish seventh this season.
Nah.
They will. They will. It's going to be a shocker. If anyone thinks this season's getting better, mate, they need to think again, mate. It's going to get worse before it gets better. No one's looking like they're coming back anytime soon. Just Yaw. Yeah, that's it. Naby Keita and Yaw, yeah. We've missed them, to be fair, but Endo's out now. Who's playing centre-back?
No, but Endo's out for long. Endo's only out for a couple of weeks.
5 games.
It's a couple of weeks, man. It's 3 weeks max. 3 weeks max.
Missing 5 games.
Yeah, that's 3 weeks.
Saturday,
Tuesday, Sunday, Wednesday, and
Saturday. We're not playing all week this week, so we haven't missed a game yet. So that's a week. Yeah. So we'll play on Sunday, the first one. Then we'll play next day midweek. Then that's 3 games. That's 2 weeks, and then we have a week break again. So yeah, it's about 4 weeks.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, it's not that long. I remember it's international break. It's international break as well.
Missing games though, like 5 games. That's a lot of games. Like you can't be affording. You know what? We need to win still. Bramall Lane at the weekend, mate. We need to, and this is what I'm saying. Like we're in a position where because we've been losing, Klopp can't afford to go defensive in a game. We need to win. So, and if he went defensive in a game to try and hit a team on a counter and we didn't win, everyone will go, "Why did he change his shit? Why did he change what he believes in?"
But this is why football is hard nowadays. This is why it's hard because you know what it is. Nowadays, I've learned. Yeah, now I'm older. It's like you're not allowed to change your mind in football. It's like you're not allowed to change your mind. I've noticed that. It's like you get killed for changing your mind.
You could think one player is great one year, and then if you don't think he's great the next year, that means you're a contradickhead. But it's like, hang on a minute, what if he's not playing great?
Basically, like that's my point.
I look at life like this: if you can accept my praise, you better accept my criticism as well. Can't just
basically, yeah.
Nice things in life off there, like no. So you can say, "Oh, thank you," when I say, "Oh, you're outstanding," but then when I say you're shit, you go, "Oh, person."
Dude, that's mad. Like, I'm glad you said that, yeah, because you see, the season before this season, this kit, yeah, I used to slater the player who's on this shirt's back, yeah. But what was mad this season when I got this shirt, yeah, I said it to myself, he's gonna have the season of his life, yeah. I'm staying with Toyo, and do you know who's on the back of the shirt? Remember the season, yeah.
Man said he's having a season with his life. He's having a shit season, bro.
No, this season with the shirt, this season.
Yeah.
This is the PSG season. This is the season before he had a shit. You remember the season before he had a shit season, didn't it? And everyone was slating him. Rash Bandicoot, remember it was Rash Bandicoot, whatever. And I said to myself, this season, when the following season, I says, I'm getting Rashford on my back. I'm backing him. Fuck it, I'm not having it. And normally I get Martial. And it's like the time I took off Martial's been playing shit. And then I got Rashford helped his game. This season I didn't get no one, and then we're all playing shit.
If I was to like talk about individual performance, I think Rashford's had a poor season this year. If I'm being honest.
Yes, he's not. He's right. His performance is like I said. Remember, there's 2 types of football. Right? You have a performance and you have stats. Stat-wise, a lot of people. Yeah, his performances have been shit, the dog shit. Yeah, same as Martial. Like I said, I got a football brain, so criticize Man U how I really want to because a lot of people hide behind the badge.
You can't say I've got my football brain on here because yesterday you've got regrets about stuff you said. Like I'm not hearing it anymore.
No, I got regrets. I was just being a dick. I was being a troll. I was being a troll.
He's a top 10 footballer in the world.
No, I don't stand by it. I was being a troll. I was trolling because man was pissing me off.
There's a full description of why he is and everything. You can't go that in depth.
Because remember what you said. You said if you feel like someone. If you feel like, so I thought, let me troll Fear because I know what Fear was going to do. I knew what Fear was going to do. So I thought, Fear's not getting me like this. He's not getting me like this. So let me just troll him in it. Like I would have said someone crazy and he will fucking wind him up. And because I knew, listen, Fear sits there. He's probably watching it now and he's laughing his head off because he knows what I'm like. Because me and Fear can have conversations.
I think he's beasted on GTA.
Like Fear knows me, innit? And he knows what type of football I like, and I knows who I rate. And like I said, there's players in Arsenal I do rate. There's players I look at and I think very decent. Like they could be better in a bigger team, whatever. What people don't realize, yeah, football is not like a thing where you can hide behind the badge no more. It's not a thing like that. Like not for Liverpool, not for Arsenal, not for Chelsea, not for no one. And the reason why we can't hide behind the badge is because teams can lose to anyone right now. Like when you look at the banter weeks, if you just go back on our Facebooks and just look at the banter weeks here, and look how the banter weeks have gone, yeah, it shows you that it can be anyone. It was only last season, unfortunately, that you lot went on such a mad run, yeah, that because your run was so mad, you lot forgot what it was like to be bantered. So because you forgot what it was like to be bantered,
It one that we forgot. Everyone else had forgot what it's like to banter us. Like that's what it was. What I thought it was. Like it's so fun pissing Liverpool fans off. Like forgot. Like back to like, oh, I haven't felt like this since Gerrard slipped. Like, that's and for me as Liverpool, it also hasn't felt like this since Gerrard slipped. Like, do that.
So,
man, like everyone's going against us right now.
Like, so that's why when I say to you, I don't care about the injuries. That's me trolling. I manage football teams. Do you know what I mean? So I know the game, innit? I understand, but I've got to troll, man, because like I said, the day Fergie left here, that was the day my whole world was shattered in the football world because I knew what was coming. I knew when everyone was like, "But you won the league, though." I'm saying, are you not absolutely fucking mental? Like, are you not mental? Do you know what we just lost? Remember, Fergie used to walk into Old Trafford, yeah, every morning. You see, every member of staff would shake their hand. Good morning. How are you? This is what Fergie was. Fergie wasn't just. He's like the granddad of the family. Like you just. It wasn't Fergie who was walking like walk and be an arrogant prick and walk past the staff. And he wasn't one of them people. This is the family. If the tea person is not happy, and he brings the teas into my office, there's something wrong in the club. Yeah. That's how Fergie dealt with Man United. And I don't think football clubs are run like that now. There's not one football club in the world I can genuinely, honestly say it is run like that. When I watch the insights of Liverpool,
Jurgen Klopp. He does the same thing.
In
the morning, he gives the people in the kitchen hugs. Everyone, all the staff, everyone. How you doing, mate? Bless. To all of them, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. But like that way of playing and that way of being as a manager is what makes you a great manager. That's what makes you a great club. Don't support Liverpool. Don't follow Daddy. You'll be hurt.
Like Daddy's team, Liverpool. Yeah. Say it to the camera. Say yeah.
Yeah. Don't like Liverpool. Don't do that. You'll be Daddy's age by the time you see it win again. Like I say, like there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that we lost. Like I said, that's why in the banter thing, I'm not having it. Like with Arsenal, like this is my. Have you noticed I've stopped bantering Arsenal fans? Have you noticed it? Because I call it cyber bullying. It's now cyber bullying. Their team and their performance and their club is doing it themselves. Doing it themselves. Like their club is bantering themselves.
When you even message Arsenal fans to banter them, you feel a bit sorry for them. You feel like,
Rose will tell you the last time. Listen, Rose will tell. I just want to have a normal conversation now. I don't even talk about football. I don't need to. Arsenal fans are banter FC. They will always be. They've got great players. And what I am loving, I hope Arsenal finish in the bottom half of the table. And do you know why? Because we're Man United. Go and get Saka. Bully their... You finish 10th, bro.
Not happening. He's an Arsenal fan. He ain't joining United.
I don't care. You've got to... Listen.
Against it. He won't do it.
No, man. I think he won't. I think he'll get it. Why?
Yeah, why?
If we finish in Champions League, positions, yeah, Arsenal finish 11th, 12th, 10th.
Why would he go?
Finish what? Because
Arsenal finish 8th. If it becomes available.
No, it could go Liverpool. No, there's more chance he will go Liverpool than Man U.
I don't think we could game. Like,
no, I think you could. The reason why I think you look good. No, I think
like.
No, I think no.
United, Man City, PSG, all these Barcelona, all these lot became if the services became available to buy, I think United were bottom of the list right now. And I think the main thing is I say that is the manager.
Like it's Ollie. I know this. I know
United. I will be interested in Man United. Like what Man United? Like great club. Of course I go there, but the Ollie thing will make man go, do I want to work under him though?
This is why I says we need to get someone who people can. Right, a lot of people look at me and say, "Oh, you're mad. How can you think Roberto Martinez is a sick manager?" Yeah, I've watched what that guy's done for Belgium. Yeah, I've watched what he's done. No.
All for him, mate. They're shit.
They're not shit, man.
Belgium are shit. What do they do?
How are they shit?
What do they do? They beat.
They got to the semi-final. They got to the semi-final. Yeah. Wait. Is that Belgium's best ever place? Is that Belgium's best ever position that they finished in the World
Cup? So we're sick. Why is Belgium sick for getting to the semis? But Gareth Southgate in.
Gareth Southgate is sick for getting to the semis. But the reason why Gareth Southgate the reason why, that's what I was about to say. The reason why Gareth Southgate don't get that stick, don't get that praise, is because the way that he got to the semi-finals was an easy route. That's all it was. So if Gareth Southgate would have took the Belgian route and got to the semi-finals, people would have been praising him like, yeah, give him the job. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So football, like you said, football, you only can beat what's in front of you. So like, it's not his fault that it backed out that it was an easy route. That it's not his fault. Do you know what I mean? He still delivered at the end of the day. Yeah, and then you faced your big real test and got slapped over. You know what I'm trying to say? So you can't look at it and say,
I just don't think he's done. I don't think. Hang on, Ray, come on. I don't think that what he's done for Belgium warrants him the Man United job.
No, it doesn't. But I don't look at just what he's done for Belgium. I look at what he did at Everton. I look at what he did at Wigan. I look at his CV and what the shit money he had. Listen. He plays shit football with shit players. Because that's why I say Belgium. Because when I watch Belgium are not a World Cup winning side and not the
Belgium don't exactly bop it. When they played against England, they didn't. Right?
They didn't. But what I know is he's got ego in that team, and he's got and he can manage certain things as a manager where Ollie can't deal with that. Like that's the thing I can see. Like I said, anyone but Ollie, anyone can manage Man United. Listen to what I'm saying. Anybody who's been in the game for 10 plus years at a good level can do a job at Man United. Yeah. David Moyes right now could actually do a job at Man United. Do you see what I'm saying? Like any manager could go to Man U now and do it, but you have to be a type of manager. You can't be not disrespecting what Ollie's done, because he's done well. But like I said to you before, and I've said in previous shows before, I've told you, I believe Ollie has took us the furthest he can take us. He can't get us over the edge. He can never do it. Every time he's got a chance to do something and make it a great season, he crumbles at that moment. He always crumbles. So the fact that he always crumbles at that moment and he doesn't get that result at that moment, I can't. The 13 games before that moment was great, but that moment means more to me than the 13 games before that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So when people were saying, "Oh, Ollie to get the job," I was saying no, because it didn't make sense. Because yes, he got the results, but that's for the here and now. He was a caretaker manager. There's a reason you have caretaker managers, so you sort out your business. If they said to me, Ollie was going to be the caretaker manager and it could take 18 months to get a manager, I can accept that. Giving him a contract and solidifying him, you're leaving a man who's not really established in football, in world football like that. It's only really English footballers and English football teams who know who Ollie is like that. They just know about his goal in '99, but that's all they go off. Like they don't. Do you know what I mean? So he's not a player. He's not a manager who people are gonna prize to. Like you see, people like with Lampard and Gerrard, what makes it easy for them is their career was so brilliant, and you can watch at archive how they've carried teams and done certain things. When Gerrard's gonna come Man U and possibly win the fucking league. That's how scary it is. Not saying that he's a great manager, like he's got it, or I'm just saying because he's got a football head. He knows what it takes. Look what he's done to Celtic. Look what he's done to Celtic.
You mean Rangers?
He's capitulated Rangers. I mean Celtic. He's fucked him over. His mentality and what he's done, the mental games, how he talks in his interviews, how he's destroyed him, bro.
He's done well. He's done wrong. I feel like Brendan leaving Celtic obviously helped him. Like gave him a real push that he could really win the league. Once they made it a level playing field, because Brendan's a better manager than Gerrard, and he's got a lot more experience than him.
Of course he is.
I think if Brendan stayed at Celtic, which he never would have done because he's too good for him, but if he did, then Celtic still would have been too much for Rangers. They would have, because you saw that they won 3 trebles in a row or something like that. Like Brendan's coaching style way too good for that league.
Look at then. You got to look at what Gerrard's done there. You've got to give him props of what he's done. He's gone there, yeah.
Alan Avery just joined. And Marcelo Bielsa grabbed hold of Leeds on day one. Did quizzes on a Friday with all his staff, and every question they got wrong, a percentage of their wages went to the staff at their training ground. Yeah, great guy.
There you go.
To be fair, you hear great things about that Bielsa, to be fair. You hear great things about him.
Do you know what's mad, yeah? You see, before when I heard people talking about Bielsa, yeah, before Ollie actually got the job, do you know what I mean? And then I started watching Leeds, like, and his playing style. And Leeds are what I can accept as a footballer. If I was a Leeds fan, I wouldn't be angry at how the season's going. Yeah, we haven't won a lot of games, but how we're playing, and even if they got relegated, they're coming straight back up.
As I said, it has built a philosophy on togetherness, and everyone is equal.
Of course it does.
The dressing room is key, and too many players ruling the dressing rooms rather than the MGM.
Bang on.
Bang on.
He's bang on. He's bang on. He's bang on.
There are different types of management, but ultimately it boils down to this. If you respect what your management state, then you will act. If you don't, then you will fail. So does the club. I agree with that. Basically, I think I was trying to say, like, if you dig into what the manager wants, that manager, you might see he's got great ideas, and if you follow his ideas and what he wants you to do, you get rewards. Hang on, Rail. Whereas you tend to get a lot of managers sometimes to go to clubs, and it's like the players just won't. But they won't buy into their style, even if their style is the right style. There's something about that manager that players won't buy into. Right. You know what I mean?
Now that's what it is. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is with me? You see what it is with me? Yeah, I've always believed. Yeah, a manager should always be a manager, and or have a relationship with his players, but it should always be the manager. So what it is, yeah, I should always believe like you should only have 3 or 4 players who come to you. And voice their opinion. I do believe that. I'm old school. I do believe in the old school way. You have like
I don't believe
vice captain.
I don't believe that. Like
no, wait. Wait. Let me finish.
You want to knock on my door?
What's happening? No. This is what I'm going to prove.
Then you said you for your 4 or 5 players, yeah. Let me just point out on that one, yeah. So then you do that. Then all of a sudden you've got a player hating that he's not in that 4 or 5. So now I've got a problem with him.
No, you haven't because that's not. He's not in a 4 or 5. It's not a 4 or 5. It's not a 4 or 5. What a manager does, yeah. How I used to look at it with Fergie, what Fergie used to do, yeah. And when you watch his relationship with the players through the Man United times, yeah, he was always close with his centre backs, always close with his centre midfielders, and always praised his striker. Yeah, that's why the wingers at Man United don't really last long under Fergie. If you actually checked it out, if they didn't do what he wanted to do, and then you see that you're gone. Like that's what Fergie was on. He would just fuck you up. If you look at the players who lasted at Man United, what were they? Strikers, centre back, centre midfielders, the spine of the team. Like, think about it.
The old fucking journey. Like he's a winger.
What did Giggs do? What did he do with Giggs? Put him in the middle. Put him into a centre midfield. There you go.
Come on, man. He did it when he was in his 30s, more than in his 30s.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But the only reason why Giggs level as a professional and as a footballer, Giggs' level didn't drop. It didn't. Giggs was never a really top an electric goal scorer. Do you know what I mean?
On here, Alex says, "What do you guys think about technology playing more of a part in the game now? E.g., Man City have 30 data scientists analysing everything. They are dictating what players' clubs will now buy."
Yeah, because that's the way it's gone. Because we've got that thing called AI and artificial intelligence. I don't believe in it, and the reason why I don't believe in it is because it's training your thought to think.
I have this debate all the time. Yeah, I think modern day football has its pros and it has its cons. And I think the pros of it is you've got all this data now, all these scientists doing their analysis and all that, giving you these statistics you might not have had in the past. Yeah. But I'll tell you what it's done. It's took the rawness out of the game. It's took that prize factor out of the game. You know what everyone's doing now?
What
everyone's going to do? You know that one team's going to sit back because the science says if you sit back and put 10 men behind the ball, you get more space in behind, which creates actually easier chances than if you start to try and press. The pressing game and playing on the front foot is harder to do in football than sitting back and countering. That's why more teams sit back and counter.
Right. So why I think technology has ruined football, yeah? It's took the emotion out of the game. No. That's what I'm saying. No, it hasn't killed football. I'm saying why I think it plays a bad part to play. Like VAR.
I agree with that.
VAR, yeah. VAR has killed the game, and the reason why it's killed the game because you can't even celebrate now. You can't even celebrate a goal. Like you've got to wait to celebrate, and that takes momentum and passion.
But what I will say is this, and it's like no one talks about it, and it really bothers me that no one talks about this. It's like it's obviously a fraud. It's obviously the biggest cheating thing ever in the history of Premier League football. Because how can VAR get it wrong? How? If me and you right now, me, Al, and Dred, could all sit right now, we could watch a decision and we'll come up with the correct decision. 9 times out of 10, we'll come up with the correct decision. The only thing we'll struggle on is if we agree if something's a foul or not. You know what I mean? We might have different agreements on what we class as
an offside,
mate. Yeah? So how did they get an offside wrong? How did they say, oh, you know what, his fingernail's offside? Like you're cheating, mate. You're cheating me. Like you're cheating.
I also read into something there. I read into something that said that VAR have to give us percentage of decision.
What about when they're drawing lines through players to make them onside, but they're really offside? But they're putting a line the wrong angle to make them onside. That's obviously got to be cheating, but nothing gets said because you don't know the person is in the VAR office. You don't know what's being.
It tells you. No, Jim, it tells you.
The referee. They've got video evidence.
You see that app that I've got, yeah? We know where it tells you the lineup. Like it's like for some reason I get it like fucking 2 hours before. I don't know why, but I do. When I on that app, it tells you who the VAR referee is. It tells you who it is, and what's kind of funny, yeah, because Martin Atkinson, when he's on VAR against Liverpool, you can look at yourself. He's got quite a few decisions wrong.
Of course, he has. He's a madman. You know, he on this season, the little scumbag.
If you look at. Like if you look at India, his scoring on VAR decisions have been quite low. Like
we're on -11 decisions against us this season. Yeah, that's already what the top one was last year at the end of the season. So that means we've got more to come. It's a disgrace. We're bottom of the VAR. The VAR is awful. It's the worst thing in football. But don't get me wrong. Without VAR, Liverpool probably wouldn't have won the Premier League, mate. And what I mean by that is, when we didn't have VAR, all I ever felt like in my life was, whenever we're good, whenever we get near good, we get skanked somehow. Like we'll get robbed somehow. The ref will rob us in a big game that changes everything. Whereas with VAR last year, we was that good. Try and rob us. You couldn't. VAR stopped people being able to rob us. No. You can't. Was that good?
And this was mad. This was my Ginge. I can fully agree with you on that statement. And the reason why I agree with you,
check what it was, yeah. Like, they gave us a few decisions last year, and everyone was like, "Oh, Liverpool, and us." Yeah, I used to feel like it was an agenda to get VAR scrapped. Like, oh, for me, Liverpool get all the decisions, everyone will hate it and say, "Yeah, get VAR scrapped," so then they can go back to their old ways of cheating, like Man U in the league, the frauds.
No.
Okay, this year though, I can't. VAR yet has been.
Like
this year worse.
The reason why I don't like technology in football now, for me, is because you see the mistakes, yeah. You see the mistakes. Like when I say the mistakes, I'm like human error on an offside decision and human error in a referee's decision makes football exciting. So if a referee gives a penalty and he's given the penalty,
that's it. He's given.
He's giving the penalty. The guy goes and scores the penalty. To wait up when he sees the replay or someone tells him in his ear, I think you got that one wrong, mate. Yeah, something will happen at the end, and he will balance the game. That's what made football the beautiful game. Referees used to balance the game. If I got a decision wrong, I might give a soft free kick or a soft, but it might be soft, but I've got to balance out the game. I might give him 2 soft free kicks, not in a such dangerous area, but okay area to give him an advantage because I need to balance it up a bit. That's what football used to be about. Now they're talking about if your shoelace trips up and catches the player because there's contact. You know what I mean?
Bolton forever said, I don't like United, but he is agreeing, and that's fine. I'll say
like, you know what I mean? So like human error, like I said, human error used to make football like it then just go back to
it gave it that.
Yeah, and go back to the greatest games. The greatest games. Yeah, the greatest games. Look at the Champions League final. Yeah, the Man U one, but Bayern Munich. I remember being a kid watching that game. Yeah, we got absolutely destroyed. The more I watch it, I realize as I get older and older that they destroyed us. They absolutely destroyed Manchester United. Yeah. There was big decisions in that game that went out in our favor. Little niggles and little things that just frustrated them a bit. And that's what was happening. Bayern Munich was getting frustrated. United stayed calm and collective. The goals come in. When you look at the goal, what Solskjaer scores, yeah, there's a little nussle and tussle in the box. Yeah, someone's doing some mad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
VAR's back in that day, United don't win that Champions League. United don't win that Champions League. Liverpool, the 3-0 down. The 3-0 down. If VAR's in that and do that, see the penalty say that do that does, Liverpool doesn't.
VAR is in that. Gerrard might not get his penalty because Gattuso
he didn't touch him. It was minimal. It was minimal.
Oh, a minute.
Yeah, it was minimal contact. But if VAR's in that game isn't.
Forever says Why hasn't Greenwood been playing? I'll let Dred answer that.
Greenwood hasn't been playing because, well, I can only go off. I'm thinking of myself. I can't think what Ollie thinks.
Guys, I can subscribe.
I can only think of what Ollie says in it, or Ollie thinks. But me personally, I believe Greenwood, he's not better than Cavani. He's not right. Greenwood has a lot of potential to be great, but right now in the position Man United are in, Greenwood out on the right is not what it's not for him. Greenwood needs to be like, he needs to get the game. How can I put it? Greenwood needs to be like Chicharito. That's what Greenwood needs to be. If Ollie can get him playing like Chicharito and stop putting him out on the wing, because what I do like, what I don't like with Greenwood, everything he's a shoot on sight, regardless. He just likes to shoot all the time, and sometimes that's not good for United. Because the
problem is, or his video assistant, referee, not decision makers in the game anymore.
Yeah, of course not. So Greenwood isn't starting for me because I feel like he unbalances the team a lot. Like, I think he hasn't got the IQ and the positional awareness of where to be as a right midfielder. I think he drifts into the central position a bit too much, which then leaves Wan-Bissaka exposed, and that's why Wan-Bissaka has been getting fouled out a lot this season when Greenwood plays on the right hand side. However, I do think Daniel James is better suited. He's not a better player, but I think he's better suited because Daniel James has got the leg.
Go on.
Get me? So Daniel James has got the legs to recover. Like, Daniel James isn't the great technically. He isn't great. He's just got the pace to open us up and do all that. And it gives us more balance, though, in the sense of Rashford being electric on the other side. Do you know what I mean? If you look at how James got his goals in his last couple of goals, he's warmed up, he's picked up.
Can I put my say on the VAR thing? Like, I just want to have a little say on it.
Yeah.
I'm not for scrapping VAR. Like, I'm not for just scrapping it and not having it in the game. Like, I'm for using it in a way that maybe like you can challenge a call. Maybe you get 3 challenges a match to challenge a decision. Or I don't know, 2.5, two challenges a half. Yeah. So
that'd be perfect. That's okay.
Some stuff would have that feeling to it where you can't change it, like, and you got to accept it, and it's like, and with goals, like, unless the striker is a yard offside, what the fuck are we giving offside for? Like,
yeah.
See, that's a big killer, you know, the one where you can't celebrate a goal because you're offside. That's the killer of all killers.
Do you know what
fair enough. If you celebrated more for you, mate, you should have knew you was a yard offside. But if you're on by a toenail, you're off by a toenail, and you've celebrated from your, you need to.
Why I think VAR is crap. Yeah, why VAR kills the game. Yeah, this is why VAR kills the game for me.
But wait, it's ran. Kills the game.
No, it's not even the way it's ran. I don't like the fact that defenders now can't go for a super risky challenge because if the wrong part of his body connects the player, even if he wins the ball, VAR's going to give it as a foul. And the reason why it's ball, because it's like we don't get it twisted. The Paris Saint-Germain time, the Paris Saint-Germain penalty.
Exactly.
We shouldn't. His back was. He didn't know the ball was going to hit his hand. He didn't know. His back was towards it. He's turned. It's hit his hand.
It's gone over.
That.
You're giving everything.
You've gone.
That's the problem.
Yeah, like
not just being selective on the stuff. Like.
For me,
should also only come into it when it's a huge error from the referee, like when it's major, you know, like, and then even then the ref should still have the final say. He should still be on the ref. Like, VAR should be making it aware that he might have made a mistake and to go have a look at the screen. Like the other day, it is proof that it's a disgrace. Now, when they got that penalty, the Everton penalty, in my eyes, it probably is a penalty. Nah, because of the dumbness from Trent, I'd give a penalty. Yeah,
but, the ignorance. It's the ignorance. It was the ignorance from Trent why it's a penalty.
But the penalty was only given because of what we saw on VAR. You couldn't tell it was a penalty from just straight finger because it looked like Calvert-Lewin had tracked him in the back of his head or anything. And furthermore, the same incident happened to us this season with the goalkeeper who did it to Mane. The ref carried on and it didn't count. Like the ref just said, it's a collision. It's coming together. Whereas Trent saw it on the ground and Calvert-Lewin's kneed him in the back of his head, gone over him. And then Trent's flicked up his foot, tripped him over. Yeah, so it's second.
That's
Snap, yeah? But the referee's done this, bombed over to the monitor, bombed over, looked at the screen and turned around. And I thought, you hadn't even had a look, you dickhead. And then they've paused it, like the newspaper, we've got the thing out, they've paused the screen. The picture he was looking at wasn't even the thing. So he didn't even look.
No,
so
no, he didn't look. No,
he didn't look. He didn't look. He just trusted the words of his VAR officials.
Obviously, no. And but what they said, I did hear that the linesman, was it the woman? It was a woman on that side, wasn't it? As she says, he's kicked out. She said Trent's kicked out. You don't need to look at it. I've seen him kick out. She's meant to have told him that. That's why.
Okay, then.
Huh?
Why did he even have a look?
No, I can't explain.
Like, so if he has said that, he don't need to run over. But he has run over and had a look. He hadn't even had a look. That's my point to you. Like they didn't even play the clip. Like
I believe what I believe should happen in football, yeah, because now we've got technology and shit. I believe the fans should hear the conversations on the decisions. We should hear it. You know what I mean?
Why can't every league make their own rules in every country and just have a different for the Champions League? I don't agree with that. Because you go to these tournaments.
You can't be. It won't work.
Universal rule. Like if we're all playing football, if you've got different rules, you better change the name of it as well, because it's not football, is it? Like we've got to all play under the same rules all the way through.
That won't work. It wouldn't work. And the reason it won't work because.
But what I will say is, if he wasn't aware, other leagues do have their own rules. For example, Serie A, they have a different rule with the VAR offside rule. They actually give a yard, so they give you a yard to be offside in Serie A. So you can have that yard, and if it's a toenail, they're not gonna pull it up and go, "Oh, it's offside." They're only giving it offside if you've got a full foot offside. That's the only way.
Because I'm sure it's in I think it's in Portugal. They do if it's a part of the body, the first VAR rule. If it's a part of the body you can't score with, that's offside. You're not offside. So, like, if it's your arm, it doesn't count because you can't score with your arm.
Like, you never used to be able to be offside in England with your arm. So why can you be offside with your arm now? It makes no sense.
Like I'm sure that's what it is in Portugal or somewhere. It might be Holland, the Dutch league. It's one of them leagues anyway.
They changed it. Nah, a man's getting offside because he's pointing where to run. Once again,
where he wants the ball.
Spot there. Can't score with it though.
And it's not his fault. It's not his fault that he's 6'9" and wants to put his arm out and he's offside. It's a bit mad. Yeah, VAR's killed the game, man.
VAR has killed the fun.
VAR's killed the game, man. But
wrong term. VAR hasn't killed the fun. The way they use VAR has killed the fun. Right?
Yeah, because the officiated there.
The technology itself is meant to be brought in to make football more fair. Now, what we saw is it far from being fair. That's what we have saw. Far from being fair. If it was fair all the time, I don't think people would moan as much. It's the fact that man are giving ridiculous decisions. Ridiculous. Literally eye the needle ones. That's the big problem for fans, I think, is that they're always intervening and ruining games when it's a big game. Like, all right, season. Listen, we beat Everton. We beat them at Goodison this year. We fucking done them in, mate, yeah? And VAR ruled it out for offside. And when you look back, he's nowhere near offside. So how they came to the conclusion he is offside when a guy ain't offside is proof that they just didn't want us to win that game. Like, and they stopped us because they can. Jeez.
Yeah, but that's like I said, I think there's a gender in football now. Like I think they're trying to make it such a money making thing. Like they need like teams like.
And when they lose views, they'll soon change it back. Like if they do lose the views and they lose a few people and a few fans from it, I'm telling you, they'll have to make some sort of changes again. Maybe we're in the you know when you're trying to get stuff right, they've just got a few things wrong. They'll probably get a few things wrong again, and then eventually they'll get it right. Like hopefully it ain't like this because the way football is going right now, like because this year with the way VAR's been, I swear down here with no fans, they should have just scrapped VAR for the season because I feel like without the fan, with no fans and VAR, it's made football even worse. Like it's like oh fucking hell, like the fans at least give you a buzz. No fans there, it's like a library match, and then you got VAR robbing you as well. Football don't even.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I said VAR's not a good thing because like as a fan,
the way we use
in the back of the net. Yeah, like we're celebrating nothing. Does that make sense? Like the balls in the back of the net, you can't even celebrate yet. You're waiting 4 or 5 minutes for a decision because I foul at the bottom of the. It's ridiculous.
It is.
Like it's ridiculous.
I'll shoot in a minute. I want to do a little the Champions League games tonight.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
prediction from Dred. We've got Atletico at home against Chelsea. What are you going?
I'm going a Luis Suarez hat trick. 3-0.
3-0, yeah. I'm going to go Atletico 1-0. I'll pick a scorer. Saul, gone with him. Tends to pop up with important goals for him. And then we've got Lazio at home against Bayern Munich.
4-0, smashing.
What, Bayern?
Bayern.
I'm going to go 2-2.
They're going to smash them.
I'm going to go 2-2. But I won't be surprised. I'm just going to... it's controversial 2-2. Just throwing one out there. Like, Atletico 1-0 win. 2-2 for Lazio versus Bayern. And Bolton,
scoring night for me.
Whoever says, I just hope they never add VAR in the championship. That will be dreadful. Agreed.
Because it would. If VAR goes in the championship looks like Sunday League football.
Yeah. But lads, I've got to cut this one short. So it's been a good one.
Yeah, man. Say no more.
Tomorrow.
Like and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Probably later or whatever. Blessed.
Peace out.